So in the book, I told everybody, look, you should write a book or paint a picture or do something to express yourself rather than sit down and watch a TV show. And I've done that. I did that for it was almost 3 weeks. I don't know. I got, you know what? The only way I'm going to be able to time that is to go back to Scarab Performance's show and find out when I did that. Um, I did that show. I kind of started putting the phone down. I would limit my time on the computer, and I'd head downstairs. Now those weeks there were shifts going on, and I only noticed it after I came out of my funks. Okay, because I'm picking up other people's garbage, and when these shifts take place, and I once I realize, hey, that's not me, I snap out of it. I say, hey, that's not me, and I go grab my unified field device, slap it over me, and half hour later, it's almost like a pill. So I'm thinking that's really a placebo. This unified field device. I'd say it's worked for me, but at the same time, yeah, maybe it calmed me down and made me feel physically better. But was that stopping me from experiencing a few Mandela effects or a change or a shift or something, noticing something? Because when I'm going through these things, I don't know it. It's not like I go, oh, there's a shift going on. Let me pay attention. I'm walking around going, why am I in a bad mood? What's going on? So now, um, doing this, taking myself like downstairs at the bar when I'm behind the bar, I don't put the TVs on unless somebody asks. There's always one up front, one probably two, especially if there's a game, hockey game or something going on. But I don't look at them. I don't think it matters. They're on. Okay, I think I probably get a blast here and there. Uh, in the back of the bar, there's 5 TVs. I'll shut 4 of them down, leave one on if I can. I come upstairs to watch a TV show that I think, okay, this is distracting me. I just did all that at the bar. Let me come up here and distract myself. What happens most of the time is I'll pop YouTube on first, and I'll find somebody's show and start watching that and get into that, and that's great. Because if I'm going to sit here and destroy myself by looking at these things, TVs and phones and whatnot, then I'll do it through YouTube and with the information coming out there because I can discern fairly quick what somebody's talking about. Usually I go on the YouTube and that's what happens. Well, last night I jump on Amazon Prime. For the life of me, I'm like, why did I even buy that? But I did. I have that and Netflix. I think I've almost completed Netflix. That's a joke. So I go in and I'm watching this show that 3 weeks ago I started and I was enjoying, and now I'm not even not enjoying it. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just, I'm like sitting there looking at it, and I'll be looking around my room looking for something else to do. I think, maybe I want to go play chess, or I'll play chess online. Even that's become mundane because it's online. I don't care if it's other people or not. Um, I've just noticed that recently because, and I think it has a lot to do with the last 3 weeks. I slowly weaned myself off of things. Um, and the hardest one, I remember, I'm not feeling this way now, but before the first week, I was like, I want to call people and talk to them. I wanted to, I knew Photo Helix was going through like surgery. I wanted to chat with him, and I wanted to call Scarab and explain, hey, I'm going to be getting off soon, and just to talk, just to chat as friends, talk to Scott, tell him the same thing, yeah, you guys might not hear from me for a while or whatever, and I'm like, I wouldn't put my phone down. After I was for a little bit, now I wouldn't. Now all of a sudden, boom, I lose my phone 3 weeks ago. So I'm like, you know what? I was going to put it down anyway. Let me just forget about it for a while. So I realized within 2 days, I need it for the bar to communicate with these people here. So I was like, great. So I probably go a week and a half without it until they were all like, look, you got to get a phone. I go out and get this phone, and I figured, let me get the best one. I'm, spending money. I want to take on vacation and all. I get the best phone, and things just pooping out on me left and right. I can't send any text. I have like everything on it, and I can't send text. I can only make calls once in a while. It tells me my memory's full. It's probably impossible. So the phone's totally shot. Now, yeah, glitched phone, bad phone, whatever. At this time in my life, I wasn't supposed to be on the phone, and that's what happened. I muddle through another week with this new phone, not even touching it. I don't care. You know, it's like normally you get a phone and you're like, okay, let me set everything up. I didn't even want to put phone numbers in it or anything, and I don't know how because I don't have the chip. It was lost with the other phone. So I pop in some things, and I got everybody's number back on here, and I don't understand that. You know, I'm sure the other one was connected to something online that connected, and they spoke, and now here I am with all the information again. Totally bizarre to me, but technology is an incredible thing these days. But there's definitely something to getting rid of the electronics, and I really think it's about getting rid of them all the way. I mean, I'll sit here and go, don't watch the news, and go, watch a clip of something in the morning. I don't, but I'm saying if I do that, it's the same thing. It's not. I'm just reinforcing that program, and it's like taking a drug. Okay, it's like alcoholism, and that's the way I'm taking it. It's like alcoholism, watching TV, um, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, doing your own videos. When it was like I wanted that. I needed to at least, the very least, call the people that the people that are Mandela affected, that I have their numbers, and talk to them and say hello, and because I didn't have a phone, and I refused to get. It's like I have all these small little clips of stuff that I took. Some of it's relevant, some of it's not, and I got these things stored on here somewhere because I just have no urge to make videos. So that kind of dissipated away. The television, except for those movies every once in a while, dissipated, got away. Everything was slowly going, and I started to feel better. I mean, a lot better. And I go away on vacation, and I decide that the phone's going off when I'm not using it. And I did that. I shut the phone off, and I would go for a walk. I walked everywhere. I walked this whole little resort town, hit vapor caves and hot springs, and ate at good restaurants, and just relaxed and walked everywhere. And wouldn't so much meditate. When I got home, it wasn't TV. That TV in that room did not go on. I put my phone on a couple of times and shut it off, and went and go grab my book, and I started reading my book. And that's what I did through my vacation. At night, right before sleep, I'd read my book. There was one video I caught during my vacation about a guy talking about blue lights versus yellow lights, where back in the day we all used to have this yellow light and this yellow glow haze when we would turn the light on. We also used to have a yellow sun. Now we have this sun that is like a halogen lamp, and these LED lights that you can get for 59 cents down the street. And they're energy savers, so why wouldn't we? So we're saving money too. So we go out and we fill our house with these blue lights, which the phrase was, they're killing us, and that could have been paraphrasing, but it was explained to me that there's some kind of energy wave in this light that it hits our brain through our eyes, I'm sure, and is probably dumbing us down, controlling us, making us stay awake. It makes us stay awake. That's what I heard. I don't. I'd have to look into that more, and I do plan to. I found that interesting while I was on vacation. I did that. I looked at that video, but that was it. It was all reading for me, and I talked with so many people. I sold a few books. I gave a few away to some bar people that I figured would open up their mouth and start talking about it. The price on, by the way, and it was, I'm not going to go into the next subject. The vacation was fantastic. There's a story that's going along with it because I think I shifted at least once when I was out there. See, I'm putting this stuff in my book and the second book, and this is what I'm trying to tell people. Um, if you need information, you're going to get it from the universe. You don't have to go to YouTube. The universe, the multiverse, God, uh, the divine matrix, the universal mind. I hate labeling it, period, because it doesn't have thoughts and feelings, and it's not going, oh, and yay, and oh, all right, I'm rooting for you. Good job, you got it. That's not what's going on, okay, with God. Um, Whoa, that topic's not even written down, and that's just my opinion. Uh, During the vacation, I was having a conversation with a girl. One of the things I did was ask her about the flag. Always go backwards with this thing. And what color is right beneath the stars? And she said red, plain as day. This could be the Yanni Laurel thing. She said red, plain as day. A lot of people say, oh, she said both, red and white. Well, I heard red. And I went through all the other Mandela effect questions, and she got them all wrong or right, depending on how you're looking at it. And so she was totally affected. And I went through all the answers, and she's got this wild look on her face. And I said, yeah, you missed them all, because look at the flag behind you. And she turns around and looks, and she's like, I said white. I'm like, no, absolutely not. So I'm like, okay, could it be a Yanni Laurel thing, or did I actually shift? Well, I guess it would be the same thing. Could be. But I think back to the Laurel Yanni thing, this could be two people interacting with each other in their own dimension, and both of them being timelines with slightly different parameters. Where I was saying we're all interacting with each other because we are within the same parameters, in the same timeline, different dimensions. Now we're in different dimensions, different parameters, and we're still able to interact with each other. So that could be quite interesting. I also wanted to. Oh, last night, a girl comes at the bar, sits down in front of me. She's in there with her boyfriend, and she says, "So tell me about this Mandela effect thing." And she's got this grin on her face, and I'm just like, and I look over at the sous chef. I said, "Did you put her up to this? Did you talk? Did somebody tell you to come in here and do that?" I'm like, because I could just feel it. I'm like, well, here I go. And it never dawned on me that this person knew about the Mandela effect. But it ended up, she just looks at me. I don't know. Not 2 minutes went by. She should have held it on longer, but she goes, "I'm Rain on the Plains." I was like, oh my God. So I run around the bar, give her a hug. I've never seen her before because she doesn't put up her face on YouTube. We had that discussion too. I think it's fine. I think it's great that she's doing videos at all. Some people don't want to go out there. They have lives outside of fifth dimensional reality. They have three dimensional lives, and don't really want the exposure. Look, I really don't want the exposure, but I just don't care. I spoke when I first started doing this. I had a dialogue with Patricia Steer, and I was telling her, should I use my real name and should I put my face out there? And she was like, yes, absolutely. This gives it authenticity. So I thought, what? Why not? What am I afraid of? Why wouldn't I go ahead and do it? This is, my whole life I've never cared about what other people thought. So let me just do this. This is my thing. So I thought that was a big deal, and for me, but for other people, they don't feel that way. So no, yeah, Michelle is a real person. Rain on the Plains is a real person. We had a good time. We sat in the back and talked while Scarab Performances Saturday night speakeasy show was on, and we talked back there, and it was nice. It was fun. The manager took care of the bar, the owner took care of the bar, so I could just go ahead and entertain Rain. So we talked for a couple hours. They stayed for a little bit, and then yeah, quite a ride to get here just to visit me. I was in shock. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I really expect more of that to go on. And after that experience, that was good. I don't have a problem with people sneaking up on me like that. That didn't bother me. I mean, this was my first day back from my vacation, my first night. So she could have came up any day and missed me, and she had no idea if I was going to be here or not. So my first day back from vacation was Friday. I even hit the hot springs and vapor caves Friday afternoon before I came back. Got back, chilled out that night. Next day, get ready to go to work, and it was my first day back, and she's there. So, look, I don't have a problem with being surprised like that. I think it was kind of fun. If the bar is real busy, not going to be able to chat a lot. I hope you hang out anyway. If it's real slow, we'll sit and have a beer or whatever. If I'm drinking, then, because I sure shouldn't be. One of the other things wasn't just the electronics; it's the beer and everything else that goes along with things that I think are bad for me. If I think something's bad for me, I need to stop, or I need to stop thinking it's bad for me, like I've done with cigarettes. I was on Dark Wolf's Den's interview, and I smoked like a fiend. I watched that video. I'm like, oh my god, I'm lighting up another one. I didn't even know it. Right in the beginning of the video, it was cracking me up. The first thing you hear is, "You mind if I smoke?" He's like, "No, go right ahead." And I just smoked them like crazy. But now it's like right now, I haven't had this. I had one cigarette with my coffee in the morning, and that's been it. And I have no desires to, I don't even care now talking about it. It doesn't matter. I'll have them when I have them. It doesn't bother me. If I could just do that with everything else. Oh, wait, I can do that with everything else. I also feel like because this is quantum, people are going to be, things are going to happen with people, fast for some people and slow for others. I feel like I've taken a back seat. I had all these experiences, and the Mandela effect went commercial. And now we're having these other experiences, and like the Lonnie Laurel thing, Brick and Break. That happened to me last year, a year and a half ago, and now something similar is happening. I I want to invite everybody to go listen to The Wall, listen to Another Brick in the Wall. All in all, it's just another break in the wall. All in all, you're just another break in the wall. That's what I hear. All in all, you're just another break in the wall. And throughout the album, I think once it says brick, once I hear brick, and the rest they say I hear break. Some people have told me they hear break. Wow, oh my God. And some people hear brick. And I invite everybody that's listening to this and their friends to go ahead and listen to it and find out what you hear. Tell me what you hear. I'd be very interested. I've done that so many videos, it doesn't matter. People have said it both ways. They're going to do the same thing with the Yanni Laurel thing. They're going to do the same thing with his and the. I guess that's it on the big stuff. I got a bunch of little clips I'm going to throw on the end of this. If this isn't like 3 hours long, I don't even know how long I spouted out here. Oh yeah, and the book is now available on Amazon, Kindle. Kindle, it's for $4, and on Amazon it's what did I put it up at? 14.77, like the original price I was going. Hey, if you're listening to this, you can get it for $8.50 plus shipping. At the link, I'll leave links below. But the Kindle, I still, it's a shame. It's my first book. Okay. I'm pretty sure they're going to let me change the cover to the way it's supposed to be. I actually have the back of the cover on the Kindle, but I changed the words because I couldn't. I didn't know what I was doing. Let's just round it in a little ball and say I didn't know what I was doing. But I think I can fix that. I think it's great that it's going to be on Kindle. And it's great that I get it on Amazon. But that's going to be up there within the next few days. Today's Sunday. All right. So now last night I was supposed to jump on Rain on the Plains 5 a.m. show. I think I got up at 5:30 and either missed it or she didn't get on. But I'm going to be trying to get up at 5 to chit chat with her about her little visit and the book. I'll try and get on her next show. And thank you, Wolf's Den. The Dark Wolf's Den. That was, I really enjoyed that video, even though I started to talk about personal stuff that I realized I had to stop talking about personal stuff because I was creating. And I think somebody said that in the chat, and I stopped. So that was pretty cool. Books on Amazon, Rain Plains, Laurel. This whole Yanni Laurel thing, why is it happening now? And not only that, all the scientific explanations, and it's never happened before. It's never, I'm going to try not to get too emotional. It's never happened before. Now it's happening. I'm looking forward to when you guys see the stars come at you, because if things are starting to happen that I've experienced, I experienced Brick and Break, hearing it in front of other people. They're hearing Brick, I'm hearing Break. People hear Brick, and and then they just don't get into it. Some people, I've blown their minds, and they just go about their lives. What are they going to do? I mean, that's the thing. But I figure, what's the answer to it? I think our communication is going to take a turn here. We're not going to be able to communicate with people properly. Or maybe we should be doing it another way. Maybe we'll be communicating another way. I don't know. It's just theories. I'm going to go ahead and throw a few of these clips up. I went into some caves and stuff and touched Mother Earth. And so there might be some content in these things. I'm not even sure. And I'm not excited to do this, so I'm just going to throw it together. I'm not going to organize it. So according to that clock behind me, it looks like I did this for almost a half hour. Enjoy these clips. And actually, I'm probably only going to be doing videos once a month. If that, I think that's probably a good thing. They might be an hour long. What I plan on doing right now is this week I'm going to do a few interviews. I'm going to be on Michelle's Opinions and Rain on the Plains. And I've emailed a couple other people, so hopefully, and they get to send me their address so I could send them the book so I can do an interview. But what I'm going to be doing in the meantime is when I need to distract myself, I'm going to be writing my book. I also mentioned on Wolf's Den that I got some fictional books going. So I'll have plenty to write and plenty to distract myself with. But this is me experiencing this. Even though I'm writing the story, I am experiencing that. I'm not just sitting there like a blob watching somebody else experience something. So that's what I invite you guys to do. Write songs, write books, make videos. Oh, that reminds me, photo, I got to get that done.
Dark Wolf, I love Dark Wolf's channel myself. Dark Slayer 1, Dark Wolf's Den.
Oh, wow. I haven't commented in a while. I wonder if I'll be on there.
Media. Awesome. Faith, Hope, Love, and also
I was just on that guy's show right there, the guy in the middle. Dark Wolf's Den. I was just on his show a couple of nights ago.
Faith, Hope, Love.
I don't know, can I go on and watch her at and stuff? I can't get my figured out how to type.
Oh.
Jenny Purge, your sister sport the red or something? Jerry, run.
No, there's a chat on the side you should be able to talk on. Sure.
Oh, they're all sleeping on duty. Joanne, Steam, the second.
Did you try to, obviously, though, man.
Casey.
Oh, yeah, this is great. That cracked me up. She sat there asking me about the Mandela effect for the first 5 minutes before she told me who she was.
Michelle's Opinions. Whiskey Bride. Nicholas Simpson. Open Stevie's Partner Ranch. No Way Radio. OP3 Crimson Partner Ranch. OU812. Party Puppy and Paul Adams both sporting a wrench. Puppy's as big as he says. Phyllis Whip. Robin Keneally sporting a wrench.
When you fear somebody or something, you're giving away your energy. Period.
They probably can see that sometimes. Just imagine if you're in the ocean and a shark on you and you're scared to death.
They feel that
energy, or like you're not afraid of it. Fighting or something every time.
It's called the Mandela effect, and that's what went commercial. People are all over YouTube talking about the Berenstain Bears, are now the Berenstain Bears, and they've always been the Berenstain Bears. But everybody remembers him as the Berenstain Bears. You go home and look at your old books, it says Stain. What's that about? Who came into my house and changed my books? Right? So, because of the other experiences I've had, I've deduced, my theory is, the one I resonate most with is, your consciousness is the only thing that's real. And that's how you create motion in time, by shifting in and out, and through timelines to create motion. And something went wonky and went somewhere else. So we're on another timeline where the parameters of what we experience are just a little bit different, with just some history things. And I wrote a book about it. I just had it published last month, and it's about my experiences anyway. But it's called The Mandela Effect. If you're interested in it, you got to check it out. Say bye. I'm going to go ahead and wave bye.
Bye-bye.
To document that somehow. That was the thing. You know, it's not like it was.
So you're all like half dying, and then you're like just controlling that to like swirling into a whole other dimension of consciousness.
I don't know if there was anything that happened in between or not. I just know that the first thing I'm thinking back on this now, and even after I wrote the book, number one, I didn't know I impaled myself. I think that's key. Number two, it was pitch black, so I couldn't see it. So there was no belief there for me. There was no belief of dying. There was no belief that I was even injured. I didn't feel anything. There was no pain. What I actually felt was, it was pitch black. I couldn't see anything, and I was on all fours, and I could feel something trying to get out of my back. And all this stuff just started flooding into my head, like, what's trying to get out my back? Oh my God, I've been impaled. There's going to be blood. Get to a phone. Don't lose consciousness. All this stuff just hit me, that quick. And, then I said, screw it, pushed myself up, flicked on the light, and the thing that I impaled myself was behind another table. Because my consciousness shifted into a timeline where there was nothing there. I did not hurt myself. I did not impale myself. Now, when I did finally.
The same normal reality.
Most everything was the same. Things did change for me, but I didn't notice it for about a week. One of the things that changed was the location of the heart. Now, I impaled myself right where the heart used to be. And then a week later, I find out the heart's a little bit bigger, and it's a little bit moved more to the right, and closer to the center, rather than all the way on the left. So I thought that was interesting.
That's for using the left side.
Now it's a little closer to the center, and it's bigger, and the liver's bigger, and it's in two pieces, and the stomach's underneath the ribs now. And some people don't, some people are like, yeah, that's the way it's always been. Okay, but I'm telling you, I remember the stomach being like right around here, here, and now it's up here.
It's like you remember certain facts from your life that are completely different than most people live their lives and see the same thing you're talking about, but different facts entirely, and they live their lives that way, and then it's like totally like mixing together. And
right,
shit.
and because of that, when you get really old, and everybody's like, yeah, he's losing his mind, he's forgetful. Why? Because that's how he remembered. He shifted into another timeline. What are we going to do? Put him in the hospital, give him pills.
Right.
Why don't you do now? Last minute. Do put your stuff on the market and make $1 million.
Real quickly here. I mentioned when a shift's going on, I don't feel right. And it hit me why. Dark Wolf touched on this as well. He's doing research on things like this. This is excellent. The magnesium thing I found very interesting. They say magnesium is being taken from our bodies right before shifts. Other things we've talked about right before shifts. I don't know if I did talk with him about this. there seems to be an order of things because there has not been any chemtrails, and I don't focus on them. I don't focus on when they're not there, but when I focus on that they're not there, I'm still focusing on them. But I've just thought about it, and while I was talking with him and said, yeah, I haven't seen any and haven't noticed any, and wasn't thinking about it, wasn't focusing on it. And he said something that made me think, wait a minute, what if there's a pattern here? We have, I said, there hasn't been any false flags. And he said, actually, today something horrible happened. I said, I don't even want to hear it, and I let it go. And we have a false flag a few weeks before a full moon. We get that marinated, our fear, our energy, the energy all gets marinated. Maybe they hit the sky with some chemtrails. The full moon's just about to come, and because either they caused the shift or they know the shift's coming. I tend to think they know the shift's coming. I think the full moons have a lot to do with it. So if they're doing that, putting a lot of people in fear and then shifting, then they're keeping them people in that timeline where they have control and there's fear and everything's going on in that direction. They may just be keeping three-dimensional reality going. It's quantum. It's infinite. It doesn't matter. It's up to us to get ourselves out of this if we want to. Maybe it's not even a matter of getting out of it. It's a matter of moving on. It's a matter of experiencing something else other than physical reality, or experiencing physical reality in another way. But the reason I jump back on real quick is these patterns. There could be patterns. The magnesium was brought up, and I feel that the reason that when a shift happens and I'm in a bad mood, it might not be that I'm picking up other people. It may be that I'm picking up other people, and the reason I'm picking up the other people is because I'm still nibbling on meat. Okay, sexual release of energy, gossiping I'm not doing, thinking properly. There was in the beginning of the 3 weeks when I started this, I just couldn't get out of my head. I was, it was ridiculous. Thinking properly was not there. So yeah, I'm when a shift happens, I'm not going to be going through it smoothly because I'm not doing what the orbs set out to tell me to do. For me, I mean, for you it may be something different, but I got a feeling a lot of those things are probably the same for a lot of people. They're all, stand up straight, walk tall, know where you're going instead of having your head in your phone. I mean, these were all things that were on there, and I didn't even go through the list in the book or anything. But I'm starting to feel like the message from the orbs to me was, you do these things, you do the things you're supposed to do properly. The cigarettes and a beer once a week or twice a week is not going to bother you. Eating meat the way you do, and the sexual release of energy, and get out of your head. These things are going to help you go through these shifts smoother. That's what I think the message was, and it took me 2 years to get that message now. So I think that's big.
Like, you know how easy it is for a junkie to find $500 a day? Pretty fucking easy, man. You know how hard it is for somebody who has 3 kids and just trying to fucking get by $500 in a month? It's really hard. I'm saying,
speaking my language.
It's mind-boggling. So, like, I try to transfer that creative energy. Like, through the years of my travel, I'm like seeing all these people like striving so hard to just get ends meet when they're working their ass off every day, and then seeing these junkies who don't do shit all day, but then have everything you could ever possibly want. It's obvious, But that's the thing about humanity, The most difficult thing to do in life is give in to simplicity, give in to how easy everything is. The over contemplation of humanity is the bane of humanity. We sit there and we overthink things constantly. We constantly try to get at something instead of just letting it be and molding it with our mind. And so we're constantly lost.
Dude. And ranting.
I love that. Are you kidding me? I'm rolling. I'm not gonna have to say a thing in my next video. I'm just gonna put
Yeah, he's gonna write a book on your rant.
just gonna put Patty did. Actually, I already did. You already spouted the whole book off without even reading it.
All right.
Keep going, Patty. Don't stop now.
What was that? Where do we leave off?
We're on
Over contemplation is the bane of all humanity. Don't think, feel. Make sure you feel out every single thing you think because it affects everything around you. And acceptance is the only true virtue in this world.
to make acceptance nice. Acceptance, yeah. Wow.
Whether it be of yourself or others. But you can't accept others until you accept yourself. And everything you don't accept in others is part of you that you have to learn to accept.
There you go. And now for a song.
Get the fuck over yourselves. God, deal with it.
Get over God and
Get
yourself.
the fuck over yourselves. Your God, deal with it.
We're all dead. God can't die.
God's good.
As much as, just like I was talking to you earlier about the microcosm and the macrocosm reflecting each other, as much as an atom, as an individual separate thing in this universe, is a part of a cell that makes your fingernail, we are atoms of that thing that is beyond our perception, beyond what we can possibly perceive is God. We can't define that. There's no way we can possibly define it. As much as an atom in your fingernail, can define that it's you or knows that it's you, it doesn't. It's just being an atom. It's just being itself. And that atom is a cell. Is part of a cell. And an atom and that cell is a part of your fingernail. But it's still an individual. As much as you're an individual of God, you're just an atom in God's fucking toenail. But it doesn't make you any less of that thing.
No, you take it down to the protons, electrons, and it's just a piece.
Just a piece.
It's just a piece. It's a piece. It's the expansion, contraction, the yin and the yang. It's the yin and the out.
I'm really trying to break away from the because
Duality.
There's gotta be movement.
Can I get that little dance move? Is that
I dance moves?
oh shit.